What is going on, YouTube fam? Tavares here, and I have 3 good clips for you guys that I want you guys to see that I react to. A couple of people sent them and they wanted to know my reaction, and I didn't really want to do it, but since I got 3 of them, now let's talk about it. So there are some issues. I'm not targeting modern women or any type of things, but there are some pressing issues. 2 are going to come from pastors. I'll tell you where I agree and where I disagree, and I want you guys to comment below. And anything you have a question on, make sure that you comment which clip it is, so I know which one you're talking about.
Never, this is gonna sound crazy, it's true. Never marry someone without having first broke up with them.
Yeah, it sounds crazy.
Don't marry no one you have never broken up with. What y'all don't know about me and PJ, we smile on the pictures. My wife saved my name in her phone as never again. You know what, let me delete Travis. Never, ever again. I done gave him my heart one too many times. The girl, we broke up 3 times before we was married. We broke up when we was engaged.
Hey, it's nothing wrong with breaking up with somebody when you're engaged. It's better to break up then than to get married and get divorced.
Mama, I can't marry your daughter. Said, Trav, she like me. Just stick it out. It's gonna be all right. Don't marry somebody you didn't break up with. See, that's why I know my wife and I gonna last. We're on our 11th year and we're gonna have 100 more years. How do I know that? Because we done been through some stuff. You gotta get with somebody that you done been through some stuff with. Elijah tried to fire Elisha. Elijah said, bro, I ain't going nowhere. Naomi told Ruth to go back. Ruth said, I ain't going nowhere. I'm praying that God will send you some ride or die people that will stick it out with you even when you get down dirty in the mud. Come on, I don't just need you to walk me on a mountaintop. I need you to have my back even when I'm tripping.
So great points. Happy for him and his wife Jackie. I believe she's a doctor. Great things. I think I follow him. I don't know if I follow his wife. Either way, I disagree with the point that he said don't marry somebody unless you broke up with them first. To me, that's only problematic in the sense that he mentioned you shouldn't commit to somebody if you haven't gone through things with them. Yeah, and I believe you can go through things with people and not break up. You know what I mean? So it's like to make it seem as though you guys needed to get to that point. Yeah, it was a success story for him. My wife and I broke up once. We tried talking right out of high school. I was a freshman. She was a sophomore in college. And we thought it was going to work. It didn't work out. I ended it poorly. We remained friends. And thank God that he opened a door for me to pursue my wife in the future. But I would never tell somebody that what I went through was the golden standard. You don't go and waste a girl's time and then you guys get back together in the future. No, you should be ready for a commitment before you start dating. So I agree with him in the sense that people that you've gone through stuff with, you can see the need. You can see how they handle pressure, but I don't believe that you need to break up with somebody before. And then when he said his wife saved his name as never again, listen, I had a girl save my name as annoying in her phone. So, hey, you ain't the only one that got embarrassed, Pastor T. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. What do you guys think about that? I disagree that you need to break up, but I definitely think that people that you've gone through ups and downs with, it shows how they handle pressure. But I will say, many of you he may be setting a precedent that many of you're going to break up with somebody and get back together when God never told you to get back with them. So you're going to be breaking up, getting back, breaking up, getting back, breaking up, getting back. And a lot of people don't realize God is saying, let them go. It wasn't God that led you back. It was your emotions. So thank God it worked out for him. Thank God it worked out for me. But for those of you who God may be ending the relationship, stop walking through a door that God may be closing. Listen to this nonsense.
Men's like when a girl be grab about her money. I'm telling you right now, he don't want you to be home cooking and all that, acting like no wife. Don't let him fool you. Trust me, he wants you in your bag. So when you in your bag, you inspire him to get in his bag.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Trust me, he wants you in your bag, lady. And it ain't that he wants your money, he just want to be inspired by his woman. A real man wants his woman to inspire him. I wake up in the morning, I be like, where my peace and where my money? Yeah, me and Mella don't be on all that in the mornings. You better hurry up at nighttime. You better catch me for meditation. After meditation, I turn into this new lady.
See, when people talk about the modern woman and they try to find women to bash, they normally find a woman with this type of perspective. I agree with this sister because she's saying men want to be inspired by their women. But I disagree with you because you think I need to be inspired by you because of how much money you make. Now, if my wife makes more money than me, I'm happy. If my wife's less money than me, I'm happy. Why? Because that's my wife. That's my girl. So I don't really care about the level of money a woman makes because it's my duty as a man to try to do everything I can to provide for her. So even if my wife is some doctor, some lawyer, anything making six figures, my wife is making more money than me at the time because either I got laid off or whatever it is, my job as a husband is to always find a way to go provide for her. And sometimes that's financial. A lot of women know they also need that emotional stability. They also need that mental peace. A lot of men, we don't provide for women in areas that they should be provided for. So that's areas we need to step it up in. But for her to say, a man don't need you at home cooking and cleaning. Yes, we do. We do. The Bible mentions that Adam was given Eve as a helper. There's a lot of things that men are just not as good at as women are.
So we don't have the capacity.
God created us differently. Women are always going to be easier to learn how to nurture a baby. I won't say easier to cook and clean because to me, if you're a guy and you don't cook and clean, you're lazy. It has nothing to do with a gender role. But I believe that women, God gives us these women because they're more feminine. God gives us these women because they're more sensitive. Now, there are a lot of men who people would think is feminine because he's not as masculine and macho and all those things. I'm not going off of that type of nonsense stereotypes of alpha males and beta males and all the other garbage you'll find on the internet. My point is men need their wives. Men and obviously, if you guys are just dating, men still need to see that that's a woman who can help build him up, build up his home. If all you can offer a guy is money, it's sad to say, ladies, but he's not going to be as interested because guys want to make sure that they're doing their part. And if we feel as though the woman is the one doing everything, then, you may call them insecure. But at the end of the day, guys want to be viewed as I provided for my girl. Even if she made more money than me, she knows that I'm going to take care of her. Guys want to be able to do that. So, sis, you're talking about, I'm in my bag. Good for you, sis. Stay in your bag. Get money. If your husband likes it, great. If boyfriend or whatever he is to you, if he likes it, great. But guys want to make sure we want to have a woman that we feel like we can help take care of. So while you have all the money in the world, you should still allow that man to help take care of you. The last video actually goes right in line with what I was saying.
Because we are raising up women to be men.
Ooh.
And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you are climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families. I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house. But until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away.
Congratulations!
So before I even get into this and have people arguing in the comments, I want to make it clear. I'm not saying a woman needs to look broke or be broke in order to get a man to love her, get a man to desire her. Ladies, if you are rich, don't go belittling yourself. If you are smart, don't go acting foolish. If whatever you are, don't lower yourself to get a man to be interested in you. What we're saying is if a guy doesn't see a need, he's looking at it like, well, she don't need me. You know what I mean? Like a guy, even if you're a woman who's rich, if you allow a guy to still say, hey, let me take care of dinner, then that guy feels appreciated. If you still allow a guy to give you flowers and you're like, nah, I bought myself some flowers, then it's just like, well, okay, my bad. You know what I mean? If a guy is rich enough and he wants to, hey, I'm going to buy my wife a car. And then she's like, I could buy my own car. He's going to look at it like, all right, well, you don't need me, clearly. And that's the agenda this world is pushing, because I want you to understand this, men and women are not the same. Ladies, you have every right to go and achieve everything you want in life. No one is telling you don't be great. What we are saying is men desire to lead. God, at least God wires us that way. He wires us in a way to want to take care of our woman, take care of our children, a real man that is. So if we see a woman that makes it seem as though I don't need no man, when we see your Facebook post, I don't need no man, I could do this for myself. And it's just like, yeah, you can, but why do you have to word it that way? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not ideal. Now, he said something that was kind of off to me. We're raising up women to be men. listen, it's not the woman's fault why she had to learn how to be tough at 4 years old, when a woman got abused and she had to learn, like, okay, well, I got to stand up for myself at a very young age. It's not the woman's fault if she got belittled on a job and she had to be more aggressive. When I was in the military, the worst boss you wanted was a female boss, because in a male-dominated industry, they have felt like they had to be twice as harsh, twice as rude in order to get the respect that they deserve. So we understand that there are so many women who overcompensate because of how they're mistreated. So we're saying we're raising up women to be men. No, we're putting women in unnecessary position that they have no choice but to defend themselves. So what we need to do is allow the woman to be more feminine, allow the woman to be more gentle. Because listen here, if my wife wants to be kind to me, if say my wife wants to make dinner and she's like, I want to treat my husband right, but I mistreated her all week, instead of her making dinner, she's going to be snappy. Instead of her wanting to be intimate at the end of the day, she's going to want to give an attitude. Why? It's not because she's not a feminine woman. It's because of how she was treated. But he honestly hit the nail on the head when he said we're not applauding women for being women. We're not applauding them when they're feminine. I've seen so many people disrespect stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home wives. I've seen so many people disrespect women who decide, I want to take care of my husband. There was a friend of mine, I won't call her name, but on the internet, she talked about, my husband, she's a licensed therapist. And her husband was like, just stay home right now. They just had a baby. He'll take care of all the bills and all that. Just take care of the house. And then she was like, when all I have to do is cook, clean, and meet his needs, physical needs. And the women came for him in the comments like, I guess make it seem like he's using her for sex. And it's like, she's happy that she gets to stay home with her child, take care of the household. Do you guys understand how annoying, frustrating, difficult the life is of a parent where they have to clean all day, wipe diapers all day, make meals all day? It's easier for me to go do a 9-to-5 than for me to be a stay-at-home dad. You know what I mean? But we make fun of these women and we belittle them. We have to stop mistreating women who decide they want to take care of their families. Because if we never celebrate that, now that woman feels as though I'm not going to be respected, valued, or cherished unless I'm getting that bag. But ladies, you need to know whether you have that bag or you don't, you are still precious. You are still valued. You are still needed in a man's life. Any man, no matter how much money he makes, if he's broke, he needs a woman to help him elevate. And if he's rich, he wants a woman to help take care of. Like they say, a king is never complete without his queen. Christ loved the church, his bride. Understand that God wants to take care of us. God went out of his way to redeem his bride. So you have to understand that even in the Bible, it shows that God shows the need for a woman. And God doesn't need the bride trying to be the groom. What are y'all thoughts? Comment below on which one made sense to you, which one you agreed with, which one you didn't agree with. But thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to pre-order the book where we talk about how to have kingdom relationships. It's called Godly Dating 101. And we'll be discovering the truth about relationships in a world that constantly lies. You'll be able to order that on Amazon or the link in the description box. Peace.